This is the plaintiff, Michael Struck. He says the defendant, his fiance's brother, is a no-good hothead who kicked his truck 3 times, denting at something awful. He refuses to step up and be a man and pay for what he did, so family or not, he's suing for the $1,505.50 he's owed. This is the defendant, Theodore Duda. He says, hothead, ha! First, the plaintiff came at him with a big stick. Then he came at him with a knife, so he kicked the truck, hoping he'd go away. This whole thing happened on Christmas Day, for goodness sakes, in front of the whole family. The guy's bad news, bad for his family, and he most definitely doesn't owe him any money. He's accused of taking it out on a truck.
All parties, please raise your right hand. You see it? Come to order. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Michael Struck,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are suing Theodore Duda
Yes.
for $1,505.50, the value of damages to your 93 truck and lost wages. Okay, tell me what's going on.
Your Honor, Christmas morning, we had plans to go to Tammy's mother's house.
Tammy is who?
Tammy's my fiance.
When are you getting married?
We're not sure yet.
Well, then she's your girlfriend.
She's
you have
my
a ring?
girlfriend.
No. If you didn't put a ring on it and you don't have a date, she ain't your fiance.
Actually, I
she's
do
your
today.
girlfriend.
Thank
You
you.
do? Lovely. Okay, go on.
Okay. So we were going to Christmas to visit. Actually, Tammy, her son Mark, who was not mine, and our daughter.
Okay, how old's the daughter?
She was 5.5 months at the time.
Okay, so the daughter belongs to both of you, and then there's 2 other children?
2 other children, Mark 9 and Michael 14.
Okay.
Mark lives with us. Michael does not, for behavioral problems and other things.
What kind of behavior problem?
Emotional violence. 2 days before this happened, he had gotten suspended from school for throwing a book at a teacher. He's been arrested by Toms River Police. He's admitted to smoking pot and cigarettes. He's came after me. He's came after Tammy, and he's also.
What does came after me?
As assault with an aluminum bat myself, and the school has been called
No way.
because Mark went to school with bruises. Tammy was called in and found out that it was put on there by Michael. So he was put in the
Wait,
counseling
Mark
by
is
us.
the 9-year-old?
Yes, and he admitted to
Stand
it.
up, please. So what did you do? Who's raising your 14-year-old?
He's with his father and his grandmother
How
on the
long has he
father's
been
side.
there?
Since October of last year.
And how often do you see him?
I don't.
Why?
That side of the family chooses not to have me around. I've also
I don't
had
care
it.
what they choose. You're the mother. And I would think that you would deem your role. See, this isn't an 18-year-old who you have to kick out. I mean, this is a 14-year-old. Why aren't you parenting your 14-year-old? And I understand that with what he's described, perhaps you've decided that it's in the best interest of the 5-month-old and the 9-year-old for him not to be in the same house until things change. I do not understand how you've had no contact.
I've been dealing with it through DIFUS.
DIFUS being the government agency?
Yes.
Okay. How are you dealing with it through DIFUS?
We've been trying to get him counseling.
Trying
Trying to get him counseling, supervised visits.
Do you hear my question? My question is, how have you not seen your 14-year-old? Do you understand the psychological damage that does to a 14-year-old?
Yep.
To say, well, you're not good enough. I mean, he's 14. He's not 18.
She's actually
I'm
doing
not talking to you.
Hold on.
Talking to you.
I'm actually doing really well right now. I've been in recovery for 4 years now.
Oh, you got your own problems. What kind of recovery?
I was addicted to heroin.
Okay.
For many years.
You've been in recovery 4 years. You've been clean 4 years.
Yep.
Okay, so then it's not that you're a heroin addict that would cause you to abandon your 14-year-old. So you're completely clear about. So then, what is the reason that you would just give up like that on a 14?
I didn't just give up. I did many things when they came to live with me to try and get him the help that he needed.
When do you plan to visit your child?
When I can.
What does that mean? When he lets you?
No, my thing is I am not going to be forced to visit my child. Okay. I have made efforts to call up there, write him, and also set up through DIFUS to have visits. And
What does that mean? I have set up through DIFUS to have visit.
DIFUS was supposed to contact the family up there, his father side of the family.
But wait, when you use the
And set up
phrase,
for
I am not
supervised
going to be
visits.
forced to visit my child, in the same breath when you use the phrase, but I asked to, what does that mean?
Because I want a relationship with my son. I've never said I didn't want my son. I think about my son every single day. I miss him. I love him to death.
Boy, I hope somebody gives him that message, because the message you're giving him is absolutely not that message.
Well, I've spoken to him
But
on
in
the
any
phone.
event, let's move on. So the child doesn't live with you for the reasons you've explained. And what happens?
We show up there. Tina's been known to
Who's Tina?
the mother.
Okay, are you the mom? All right,
Yeah,
so
she-
Tina is Tammy's mom.
Yes.
Okay.
She's been known to surprise us with Michael being there for Thanksgiving, Christmas, which I wouldn't have a problem with. I didn't have a problem with at Christmas, other than my daughter was not going to stay in that little 3-room apartment with me not being there. I was going to the cemetery to visit my mother and sister. I was dropping Tammy, Mark, and Karen off. When I found out Michael was there, I took the baby. I says, the baby's not staying here without me being able to watch my baby.
Okay.
We were not told he was going to be there, which is what happened Thanksgiving. And he was actually put on a train by the mother to go back home to Edison because he blew up on Thanksgiving. So nonetheless, I go to take my daughter and leave.
And what's the plan after that? You're
To
coming
come back and pick them up.
and take them. You're not doing Christmas.
Not with them. No, that's not my Christmas.
Okay.
So only because of the last year and a half relationship with
Right,
them.
but you were gonna do, if Michael hadn't been there, you would have done Christmas at
No,
that house.
I would have left her there with Karen and
Second.
Mark.
She was going to be there for an hour to visit while you.
It was 3 hours.
3 hours to
Approximately
visit.
3 hours. She
while
was going to
you-
leave before dinner
Okay.
and have dinner with us, which is now our new family, me, her, Mark, and Karen.
Okay.
Okay. So I proceeded to leave.
You do. I want to stop you a second because, Mr. Struck, I don't care what you want to say. Your new family includes Michael.
Your Honor, it
All
was
right, so
actually
anyway,
me.
were you taking her?
No, I asked her. I said, "You and Mark can stay if you want to stay. That's your family.
And
I'm
she
taking
said,
Karen."
wait, all right, but hold on, because I want to know what gets to the escalation. And she says, no, I'm going with you?
She says, "No, I'm not going to stay."
Can I speak?
Yes, because I want
I
to hear
was
why.
going to stay at first,
Right.
just to see how Michael was and what was going on, until I walked out onto porch to see what was going on.
Exactly.
And my brother,
What do you mean? Because what's going on the porch as opposed to inside? I assumed it was inside.
my brother came out on the porch after me and started screaming at me, telling me that if I left, I'm putting it in much cleaner words, I was no longer a part of that family. I was done.
He was
along
under
with-
the impression you were leaving.
And I wasn't. And then that's when I got upset and I was like,
But you were
not-
under the impression
Oh,
she was
absolutely.
walking.
I
Why?
was-
What, hold on one second. I'll be right back with you. Why
Because-
were you under that impression?
Because of what went on in the house.
What went on in the house? You guys are there. Come on up, Mom. You've made a decision. It's Christmas. It's Christmas Day. That you want to try to have Michael see her.
Absolutely.
Michael hasn't seen her in how long?
Over a year.
And according to you, it's been how long?
Probably close to that.
And he's how old?
He just turned 13
13.
in November.
Yeah.
November?
September.
September.
Wait,
his mom.
wait. So you hadn't seen him
September.
since he was 12?
No.
The bat was when he was 12? I'm not under.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, we haven't known each other long, but you don't look like a kind of guy who can't handle a 12-year-old with a bat.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm actually the one who initiated the counseling, the behavior problems, actually to the point where
Stop a
medication
second.
was
Mom,
advised,
okay.
and he.
Mom. So it's Christmas, and you have him over, and you're hoping to mend the fences. And what happens inside the house when they walk in? Are you there when they walk in,
Yes.
brother? Okay. Mr. Duda, and
Yes.
what happens?
My nephew was in the living room area, or actually in the kitchen area. Heard my sister coming in the door. So he's like, "Oh, Mom," he's happy, that he was going to see her. And what happened was, as that he walked in with the baby, he says, "Oh, I'm out of here." Didn't even come in and even sit down. It was like he didn't even sit down. He basically turned around and started walking back the door. "I'm not dealing with this family. I don't want to be near this. He's not my kid." So then as he's walking out, he's like, "I can't believe you people would do this to me." So what happened was Mike had, left. He was leaving out the house. So I stayed inside. My mom followed him out the door, and they were arguing back and forth. I didn't hear.
Mom, what was being said?
I said to him, how could you do this? It's Christmas Day. Why can't we just get together as a family? I went over, he's getting in his truck. And I said to him, how could you do this? He yelled to my daughter, who was already by the truck, and said, get your mother away from me before I disrespect her. What that meant, don't know. Ted had come out, my son had come out. Tammy was, I went around by Tammy and I said, Tammy, how could you guys do this? At that point, Mike had gotten out of his truck and he had a snow stick in his hand.
What's a snow stick?
Snow scraper.
That you scrape off the windows.
Snow scraper.
Okay.
He's standing there like this, almost looking like he was going to do some damage. Okay.
To who?
To me.
I'm not quite sure.
To you.
Because
What's
at this
going
point,
on with you?
Now, at this point, my mother was by the truck, and when he had said to my mother, I'm going to do things,
What? Give me the exact words. He didn't say I'm going to do things.
The disrespectful, don't let me disrespect
He
you.
said to Tammy, I don't want to disrespect, or he said to
my
Tina.
mother.
Okay, I don't want to disrespect you, please leave.
Right.
Okay.
So I said, you disrespect my mother. I mean, that's the last person you're going to disrespect to me. I said, if you really want to do something, you could step out of the truck. He was cursing like, I'll beat your ass, I'll kill you, this and that, while he's in the truck. So I said, fine, get out of the truck. So he doesn't come out of the truck. So now he gets out of his truck after I'm walking away. And then he's like, oh, I'll kill you. You should be glad you live in this town, this and that. You know all the cops. Yes, Your Honor, I do know.
Why do you know all the cops?
Because I'm on the fire department.
Okay.
I'm a volunteer firefighter down in Ocean Grove. So
Okay.
yes, I have a lot of friends there.
Okay.
So what had happened was he threatened me with the weapon and with the snow stick. So I said, okay, no problem. So then he goes the back way, goes back to his truck.
Is this what you really said? Okay, no problem? Or did you say, like, what did you really say?
I said, bring it. I said, I have no problem. You want to fight? I could do this. I said, I have
so
no
you're both
problem with
standing
you.
there and you're both trash talking, but nobody takes a punch?
Nobody takes a punch. I'm not going to take the punch because you know what? I have a clean record, Your Honor. So I don't need to do that.
And he doesn't?
Had.
You hear? Had.
Just a second. And he doesn't?
Oh, absolutely not. Weapons charges, drug charges.
Okay. All right. So
Criminal.
you're standing there, and what happens?
So he goes back in his truck. So at that point, when he went back to his truck, I was so mad already. I did kick his truck. I said, come on, come out here. You want to do something? I said, you're destroying the family. You won't allow my mother and his mother of the child to see each other, to bring the family together because you don't want anything to do with the kid. Like at this point, my sister basically disowned their kid. Anybody in their mentality would do what I probably did to the truck, just because out of anger.
No. And some people might not take it out on the truck.
Your Honor.
Well, yeah, that was the easy way out for me, is the truck or his head. So at that point, my sister had called the cops.
You do not get arrested at that moment.
No, ma'am.
Christmas passes, but you do get charged?
Yes.
And was there a prosecutor involved? This was a criminal charge?
Yes, it was a criminal charge, yes.
And what happened with the charge?
So at that point, I said, okay, fine, I don't have a record. I'll pay the fine.
Oh, well, what did you do, though? You pled what?
I pled guilty.
What was the punishment for the plea of guilty?
Paid a fine for $560.
All right. Now, he is asking that I award him $1,200 and some odd dollars for the damage to the truck. There is a dent over the gas door.
The gas door.
Okay. There's a dent at the door, and there's a dent in the back. This is a 1993. No, it's as old as my marriage. Okay. So this truck has seen some mileage in 18 years. It's an 18-year-old truck. So what is your defense?
My defense to this is me and my mother have done 3 years taking care of the child.
Now, hold on. We're going to talk about that in a second. I'm talking about the kicking. I understand now the family dynamics and what went into this. What I'm asking is, did you kick the I should be more specific.
Yeah, I kicked the truck, yes.
Did you kick the truck 3 times?
I kicked the truck twice.
Twice. Where did you kick the truck?
The one by the gas tank and the one in the tailgate.
Did you kick I can't tell because it's so close. This is the passenger door or driver door? Yeah,
it's a crew cab. So there's a window there behind the driver's door, and it's right under that window. And that's the first kick he did with the baby in the car seat right next to the window.
No, that was already done. They already had problems with that door opening and closing to begin with, which they're trying to blame me for.
All right, now, let me ask you a question. How long have you been dating? 2 years?
A little over, yes.
Are my 50-year-old eyes, soon to be 50-year-old eyes, lying on me? Or did I see that you brought a velvet boxed engagement ring into my courtroom?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
So let me see if I've got this straight. You haven't proposed in 2 years. but you decided to bring a ring into this courtroom so that you could show it in front of her brother and her mother, and I'm supposed to glean something romantic
No, I was
out
going
of
to do
that?
it after.
Or am I just going to think you're a bigger jerk than you've shown yourself out to be?
I was going to do it after the fact because I wouldn't
But
do that in front
couldn't
of them.
wait to take it out of your pocket and say, I do now.
Because you corrected me on
Couldn't
being
wait.
a fiance and
Can
a
I
boyfriend.
ask you a question?
Yes.
I was looking at her.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey, 11 here. So if you had a 12-year-old kid that had major behavioral problems, went to live with a relative, and the relatives wouldn't let you see the kid, would you fight to see that kid?
Absolutely, I would. I would definitely want to see the child.
But, I mean, at a point, would you say, hey, because this woman hasn't seen the kid in more than a year.
Oh, absolutely. But again, I would fight and I would want to see the child.
Hasn't seen the kid in more than a year. What's your reaction to that?
I think that's a little long, and she should definitely try to step it up, try to see him more, you know?
So I try to see him at all. I mean, would you fight to see a kid, especially if it's your flesh and blood?
If it's my flesh and blood, I'd do whatever I could do to see my child.
And any opinion about her just kind of giving up, not doing it?
It's very disappointing.
Boy, these are polite people down here. I got stronger opinions. Going inside the courtroom.
When your children become a problem is when they need you to woman up and be a parent. That is not when you turn around and write them off because you're tired, you don't feel you can hack it, or your boyfriend says so. Because I don't give a hoot what a 12-year-old does. It's forgivable. They're 12. How do you just abandon them? That's the frustration that they feel. Because they want, look, all they want is for you and the kid to be together. That's what they want. And it may not be their place. I understand that, you know, they're step. I'm going to talk to them in a second. But for the love of God, do you see what you are doing to your 12-year-old child? Don't answer. It's a rhetorical question. You're creating in him how he feels about himself for the rest of his life. For his whole life, Tammy. His whole life. Seriously. And, you know, the moves you guys make, you think you're justified, that this is justified? He's 12 years old. He's a blob. He's in formation. You know, I don't care how bad his conduct was. I don't care. You've got to parent him. And you, now I want you to listen to me. Don't say a word and listen to me. The impression that a lot of people within the sound of my voice and your voice right now have is that it's your fault, that you're influencing this. If you love your 5.5-month-old, then you will just think about what I'm saying. Now, Mom, sometimes we can't control the situation. We can only lovingly suggest and suggest again and suggest again and create an opportunity when it's not Christmas and create an opportunity just for her without him and create an opportunity when maybe the brother's not around. That's good parenting on your part. Now, brother, listen to me. You can't do what you did.
I know.
I understand it.
Right.
I understand it.
I mean,
if you punched
went through
him,
it
I'd
emotionally.
understand it. I wouldn't forgive it. I wouldn't
Right.
not punish it. But if you beat him to a pulp, I'd understand it. I wouldn't approve of it. I wouldn't say it. I would punish you for it. However, I would understand it. Right. Having said all that, though, you can't just get away with kicking the car. All right. Now, the Blue Book value of this 18-year-old vehicle is almost the amount that you're asking for. Is it a total loss because of a few dents?
No, it's not a total. It's
Okay.
my work truck. I just put $1,000 into it at the front end. I bought it off my best friend. I haven't owned
How
it
am I going
for
to?
18
But
years,
seriously,
but
you want me? See, here's what my obligation is.
I understand.
You win. I agree with you. But now the question is, what do you win? Okay, because he has no right to kick your car. But what do you win? Do you win 3 dents, 2 dents? Do you win what amount? Do you win what you're asking, which is virtually the Blue Book value? No. What the law requires is that I assess a reasonable amount for that repair. And I believe that this amount is retaining water, because the amount of this estimate is very bloated. It's the amount of the value of the car. So I don't care how mad you are and how much it doesn't matter to you because you hate him and you hate them and you think, and this is our new family, is just the 4 of us. I mean, I can hear him saying that over and over again and you buying it. All right. My verdict is for the plaintiff in this case in the amount of $500.
thank you, Your Honor.
So the verdict is in and the plaintiff has $500 out of it. Defendant stepping in over here. Step up a little bit. What's your reaction to the outcome of the case here?
I mean, still think it's unfair. I mean, he doesn't deserve for nothing. All the money we spent through the years of bailing her out and everything else.
How mad are you at him right now?
I'm very mad. Still mad. I don't want to ever see him again, to be honest with you.
Well,
I know.
No. Mom, step up here for 1 second. You heard what he just said, your son just said, but is the door still open as far as you're concerned for them to step back into the life of Michael?
In the life of Michael, absolutely. Absolutely. My daughter, I hope one day will come back to her son.
And into your lives?
That'll be a slow process.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned.
All right. Around the corner there, documents are waiting for you there. And you step in here and
How you doing?
if you had Christmas to do over again, would you stay?
No, the plans were made. I probably would have stayed thinking it out and being there for my daughter to know that everything would have been safe and okay.
And
I was trying to
Mom,
let her have Christmas with
come in.
And
you heard what the judge said to both of you. Now, imagine Michael standing right in front of you right now. What would you want to say
I would
to
be
him?
in tears. I love my son to death, and I have done everything I can to try and see him. We've gone up to Elizabeth, and the father and the grandmother refused to let me see my son.
Put him in counseling and to the doctors.
So what would you want to say to him?
That I love him.
All right, Harvey.
Fact is, in many cities, there are mediation services, especially for families in crisis. And if you live in a big city particularly, you should check it out. They can really help you. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.